Back in the studio, there have been many quests, noble quests throughout history. Quest for the Holy Grail, Superman's quest for peace, but none quest more important than the quest to catch them all. The quest to catch and eat every freshwater species of fish in New Hampshire. Here to tell me about their quest, we've got Clay Groves and we've got Dave Kellam from Catch 'Em All. How you guys doing this morning?
We're doing well.
I'm doing good, yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show with us this morning. Tell me about the Catch 'Em All quest. First of all, did I say it right? Is that the quest? What is the specific quest?
Yes, it is Catch 'Em All. And the way it started was I was driving up Interstate 95, and I was thinking about, after being on Facebook and things like that, of how often people misidentify fish and things. So I was thinking about my days when I worked at New Hampshire Audubon, and we worked at Amoskeag Fishways, and I thought the person to help me with a quest to catch every fish in New Hampshire is Mr. Clay Groves. That's because we both worked at the Amoskeag Fishways teaching the public about all the different kinds of fish that swim through the Merrimack River. So I call him up while I've pulled over, so I'm not driving and calling, and I said, you know, Clay, would you help me with a quest? This year, I want to catch every species of fish in New Hampshire. He goes, yeah, let's eat them too. That's why he's a perfect partner for this.
So catch and eat every freshwater species of fish in New Hampshire. Give us an idea of the scope of this quest. Are we talking 5 fish, 6 fish?
It's a lot more epic than you could ever imagine. Fish and Game has a website where they outline all the fish species in New Hampshire, but they keep finding more. So the number keeps growing. We're right now holding steady around 49, but we wouldn't be surprised to be at 52 when it's all said and done.
And this is over the course of a year that you have to accomplish this. Quick math, 49 divided by 52 weeks in a year. You guys are talking about almost a fish a week here. Are you nervous?
Well,
what happens if you fail?
Well, failure's not an option. That's the key. And actually, like fishing, it's more the journey than, I mean, we're going to make it. But it's the journey that makes it great. It's like being on TV, and we're in 4 newspapers, and people are rallying around the quest. So we're not worried about failure, because that's not going to happen.
Well, it's also important to point out that we cannot be successful without the support of our wives and our family. So thank you, Kristen and Zoe and Sammy, for supporting us.
Sophie.
Because you have a new job now. You get to say, honey, I have to go fishing. We have to get the article out.
It's out of our hands, really, because it's a quest.
That's right. And we have our public that need our support.
And, you know, the public is rallying around this. You mentioned that it is about kind of the journey, about the story. And you can read, you guys are in a number of newspapers. Where can people read your stories?
You can catch us. You can catch us. I can't stop.
Catch 'em all.
You can catch catchemall.com.
Okay.
You can catch us in the Mountaineer and in the Wire out of Portsmouth, and I think a couple other Salmon Press newspapers have picked it up.
And catchemall.com is there's a weird spelling, right?
Yeah, it's catch-m-all.com.
At the bottom of your screen.
You can see it on the screen.
Right there. And the stories are fantastic, because there have been times even where you haven't caught a fish, but the stories are very entertaining. They're kind of like a little slice of life. And if you've ever been fishing before, they strike a nerve with you. They're very well written. And so,
well, thanks.
Good job on those.
A good example of, we realized one time when we didn't catch fish that there must be this mythical gremlin kind of fish called a no-fish. And we're very good no-fish fishermen, actually.
Experts.
We've caught some big no-fish, and techniques are like throwing lures in trees. That works great.
Yes. Yeah.
Rusty hooks that are dull. It's a good way to catch the no-fish.
You know what's interesting is Chris and I have been fishing before, and he is better at catching no-fish than anyone I've ever met.
Really? Wow.
Once he and I fished off a cliff for no-fish, and we actually caught a whole bunch of that.
If you're going to go after no-fish, at least go all the way for the no-fish. Climb a cliff, try to scale down it. Yeah. Just to see if there's any no fish in the water, which usually for me, I'm pretty good at finding them.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about some of your specific accomplishments so far. Hans, do we have any of the photos of what you've caught? We're going to bring up some photos on the screen. Right. Maybe you can kind of narrate what we're looking at. This may take a second. Also, we have some food that we're going to eat. This is your latest conquest?
Yeah, this is our latest conquest. Dave caught a pickerel down in Exeter.
Yeah, it was in the Taylor River, right behind the state liquor store.
Yeah, and we were looking for a good way to cook it, knowing that we have to get together to eat it. And Dave was looking through the book that inspired our quest called Fishing for Buffalo, which you can buy from our website. And there is a pickled fish recipe in there, and Dave pickled some pickerel, which you're going to eat today.
I can't wait. Now my question is, caught behind the state liquor store, was it already pickled before?
Nice, very good.
That may have been the reason you caught it in the first place. Another thing we should point out is that when you go onto the website or read the articles, you're not just getting a fishing story, you're getting a recipe as well. You guys are documenting how you're eating each fish, which is almost as entertaining as the fish catching itself.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice. It seems like the quest has 3 levels. There's the fishing level that we talk about techniques, we talk about the time of year and all the particulars of fishing.
Yep.
And then, just like you said, the recipe, giving people new ideas about way to cook these unusual fish. And then third, there's this cultural element. We end up going all over New Hampshire, running into all sorts of characters. The bigger characters, the better.
Speaking of characters, there's one right there's one right there. If we can go back, I don't think we can go back to that last shot. You guys have the ability, and this is what I like, you make up the rules as you go. You have the ability to deputize people into the catch-em-all quest as you go. So you can basically steal their fish, annex them.
Our wives will tell you that neither one of us are great at catching fish. My wife especially. So it's important that if we are out fishing, let's say in that past picture, that was my cousin Ronnie with someone, and they catch the fish we're targeting, we need to eat that fish and call it part of the quest.
Okay.
So it's great to fish with people who know how to do what they're doing, and then include their story, because they're more interesting than we are.
And there's Dave right there.
Yeah, I'm getting very serious about catching no fish.
You're either serious or cold, because it looks like there's snow in the back. You guys started your quest kind of early in the year.
Yeah.
Let's go through some of these hunts. I know there's a few species in here. Clay is stalking. Is that the no fish you're stalking?
That's still no fish. You're gonna be real quiet.
Right.
Yeah. Or noisy.
Don't tell anybody your secret no fish spot.
That's right.
And there we go. Now, it's catch 'em all, not kiss 'em all, right?
Yeah, but that's an especially beautiful fall fish.
Yep.
And they're just terrific, and they're worth a little bit of a kiss occasionally.
And Clay's series of making out with fish, that's a whole nother website.
Yeah.
That one's a pay site.
Yeah.
And now here's Dave eating some fish, because for every fish photo that you see of them catching it, there's also a shot of you guys eating it.
That's right.
Proving that was a fall fish cake.
Delicious.
Very good.
Now, which is interesting, because I've talked to you guys kind of off the record before. Some of the fish that you would think would be the best maybe didn't turn out the best. The fall fish is supposedly the worst tasting fish, and you guys miraculously thought it was the best.
Yeah, and Clay has a lot to do with that, because I tried to cook some panfish, bluegill and crappie, which are really supposed to be great, and I completely ruined them. So really the heavy duty cooking duties go to Clay.
Right, and by the way, Dave pickled this pickle, so we're interesting. It'll be an interesting treat today.
Yes. And there's the fall fish talking to our buddy Grady.
Yeah,
that's great.
Fall fish croak, which is a fun thing about those fish.
They croak, meaning they
croak.
They literally
talk.
croak.
They're not just dying.
That's right.
Yes.
They also are dying, Dave.
Yes, they do.
You can't. It's involuntary. You can't eat a fish without killing it.
But that's a good point, because there's a few endangered species in the state that.
Would you eat that if you caught it? That's a must.
Depends how they taste.
You first, Chris.
But there are some endangered fish that we're not going to eat. So for those that are worried about that, we're not going to eat those.
This is our meal right now.
That's what we're looking at right now.
The pickled pickerel.
Pickerel.
And you can see the techniques are also on the website on how we caught them.
Yeah, that's a little male. I actually caught a female about twice that size.
How do you know?
That one, because I opened him up and I could tell he was a male, no eggs or.
This is what we're about to eat.
That's right.
Yum.
Yes, it'll be delicious.
And the female, the bigger one, you could tell she was having eggs. They spawn early in the spring, so I could tell that they were getting ready to spawn.
And there's the fall fish again. It looks big in that picture.
Right.
It does look big. Looks surprised.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like somebody's eating me.
I've never been on ice before.
He's like, oh my God, this is the catch 'em all people. I'm doomed.
Hooray.
One of the things we do try to do is dispatch them quickly. Trying to figure out a way to kill a fish is actually kind of tricky. Mm-hmm. And if you've been fishing, you know that they can go on for a long time. But to preserve the meat as fast as you can, it's good to kill them quickly. I think it's probably ethically better. So we always try to either put a knife in to take out the brain or cut the head off or something.
This is not the nice part of the interview. Yeah. Is this live?
Zoe, the fish is okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry.
And there's you with your landlocked Atlantic salmon.
That's right. And there's Zoe with a rainbow trout.
And the landlocked salmon is actually my favorite story because, again, you guys deputized someone Hey, is that your salmon? It's ours.
That's right. Yeah, we couldn't catch a salmon to save our lives, and we bumped into a person who recognized what we were doing. He showed us how to catch the fish, and then he gave us the one he caught. And because we have to catch every species of freshwater fish, we don't have time to monkey around.
Right.
Fishing like the rest of you guys. We're on a mission.
This is work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm afraid to say this, but I think it's time to eat the pickled pickerel.
Can I serve this for you?
Yes, please do.
Yeah. And we should say that
I'm going to bring in my stunt double. I think I might actually gag on live TV. This is not good.
This is good TV, Chris.
And nobody has tried this yet, just so you know. It's not like, I know what we're in for.
Oh, gosh.
This is not.
We should probably do half that, by the way.
Yeah, please do. Please do like a quarter of that.
Now the nice thing is,
it kind of looks like a scallop. So
pretend it's a scallop.
Why do I get the first one?
Wait, we actually need to take a picture for the blog.
I think we should hold this. I think we should all take a bite at the same time.
Oh no.
Hold on.
what's it smell like?
It smells. Hopefully, there's enough pickle ingredients in here.
Yeah. And we promise there's probably no parasites in there.
Parasites are the other thing. You got every fish you catch has parasites.
That's right. It's important to either cook your fish well or to freeze them.
This is pickle. It's not cooked.
Well, we'll tell you what we did afterwards.
I saw the leech on this pickerel in your blog. I've read your blog. I know what I'm eating.
You should just eat it.
We froze it though.
Oh, I can't believe you ate it. How is it? I'm afraid of this one. Hans, you want to come and try one?
Well, we haven't heard anything.
He's not talking, which is not great TV.
All right, I think to complete the quest, we got to do it.
We also have to eat one. Here you go, Dave.
All right. So he hasn't spoken yet.
I'll get one for Hans here if he wants one. Hans is actually an experienced pickled fish eater.
All right, here we go.
There you go, Hans.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
I think maybe I'm not going to eat one.
Nice backside, Hans.
All right. How is it? I'll get one.
It's not bad.
I'll take the bones out of mine.
It started really good.
Well, it did, and then I crunched into something. I'm like, I'm eating skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the nice thing about pickling fish.
Most of it, the backbone. You probably got the backbone.
If you want.
Ooh.
I don't like it.
It's got a bad aftertaste.
The beginning was good. Hans eats kipper snacks.
Hans is the expert.
Recreationally.
Oh. It's the aftertaste.
Oh, yes, when you swallow it.
What do you think? Yeah, it's actually
not good.
The first part's good.
Gorgeous. Pickled pickerel. Ladies and gentlemen, the fine folks from Catch 'em All, if you want to follow their quest, their ongoing adventures, what's the website again?
It's www.catch-m-all.com.
And the recipe is on the website.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
We have leftovers if anyone wants.
Watch and win. You want to win some pickled pickerel? Call 356-6619. You don't have to answer any question. You just have to come get the stuff off the set. We'll be back with more after this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Hartman Model